In this video, we will study about area of triangle by determinant method and how to find the minors and cofactor of a matrix. Now, first of all, area of triangle. Suppose A x1 y1, B x2 y2 and C x3 y3 are the coordinates of vertices of triangle ABC. Then area of triangle ABC will be equal to 1 by 2 into determinant of x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1 and x3 y3 1, where as we see here the last column of the determinant, all the elements of the last column of the determinant will be equal to 1 and the first two columns will be the coordinates of vertices of a triangle. Now coordinates of vertex A are x1 y1, so first two elements of first row will be x1 y1. Now coordinates of B are x2 y2, so second row first two elements will be x2 y2, and similarly here C coordinates of vertex C are x3 y3, so our first two elements of last row will be x3 y3 and last column will be equal to 1. Now if we expand this determinant, we will get half. On expanding by row first, we will get half x1 y2 minus y3 plus x2 y3 minus y1 plus x3 y1 minus y2. Now this is the same formula which we have done in class 10th coordinate geometry. Now as we know that the area of triangle is always positive, so we will take the absolute value of the determinant which we obtained in first. Now that means we always take the absolute value of the determinant in first. Now here this was our determinant first, so we will always take the absolute value of the determinant whenever we are finding the area of triangle, as we know that area of triangle cannot be negative. Now if we want to find the coordinate of any vertex of a triangle and area is given to us, then we will take both negative and positive values of the area. Now suppose there is a triangle and whose vertices are given to us. Suppose A vertex is 2 1, B is 3 2 and C vertex is 1 k. Now here we have to find the value of k if area of the triangle is given to as 5 square units. Now area of triangle will be given by half. Here 2 1, coordinates of B are 3 2 and coordinates of C are 1 k, and last column will be equal to 1 1 1, and that will be equal to 5 as the area of triangle was equal to 5. But as we know that area of the triangle cannot be negative, so we are taking only the positive value of the absolute value of the area. That means this 5 can be plus 5 or minus 5. So we will take this 5 as plus minus 5 whenever we want to find the coordinates of any of the vertex. Now if three collinear points are given, suppose there are three collinear points A, B and C. Collinear means on the same line. Its vertices A, coordinates of A are x1 y1, coordinates of B is x2 y2 and coordinates of C are x3 y3. Now if you want to prove that point A, B and C are collinear, or it is given to us that points A, B and C are collinear, then we can see that if 3 points are collinear, then they will not form a triangle. That means in the case of collinear points, the area of triangle will be equal to 0. That means we can say that half into x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1 and x3 y3 1 will be equal to 0. The area of triangle is equal to 0. This half will go to the right hand side and it will become 0. So we can simply write that if points A, B and C are collinear, then determinant of x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1 and x3 y3 1 will be equal to 0. Now come to the exercise 4.3 of NCERT. Now here in first question we have to find the area of triangle with vertices at the point given in each of the following. I am doing third part of this one. Now in third part of question number first, it is coordinates of the vertices of triangle are given to us and we have to find the area of the triangle. Then area of the triangle, that is delta, will be equal to half into, now x1 y1, the formula was x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1 and x3 y3 1. That means this will be equal to half into x1 y1. Those will be the coordinates of the first point, minus 2 minus 3. I'll say x2 y2 are 3 2 and x3 y3 are minus 1 minus 8. Now last column will be equal to 1. Now we can expand any row or column. Here I am expanding row 1. Now half is already there in the formula. Now minus 2 is the first element of row 1. Now this is the element of row 1 and column 1. So we'll take minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 1 into minus 2. Now we will eliminate the row and column of minus 2 and that will give us determinant of 2 1 minus 8 1. Now plus minus 3 is of row 1 and column 2. So that will be minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 2 into minus 3. Now we'll eliminate the row and column of minus 3 and that will give us determinant of 3 1 minus 1 1. Now last element of row 1 is 1 and this belongs to row 1 and column 3. So that will be minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 3 into 1. Now on eliminating the row and column of 1, we will get determinant of 3 2 minus 1 minus 8. Now on solving these, we are getting minus 1 raised to power 2 will be positive. Now 1 into minus 2 will be minus 2. Now on solving the determinant, this will be 2 into 1 will be 2 minus 8 into minus 1 will be minus 8 to minus 8 and minus will be positive, that will be 2 plus 8. Now this will be minus 1 raised to power 3 will give us minus 1 into minus 3. Now determinant of 3 1 minus 1 1 will be 3 into 1 will be 1 minus 1 into 1 will be plus 1. Now minus 1 raised to power 4 will give us 1 or positive sign into 1 will be 1 and determinant of 3 2 minus 1 minus 8 will be minus 24 plus 2. Now this will give us minus 2 into 10 plus minus will be plus 3 into 4 plus 1 into minus 22. Now on solving this, we are getting the area as half into minus 30 and that will be equal to minus 15. Now as we know, the area of a triangle cannot be negative. So we will always take the absolute value of the area of triangle. Now here, or we can say we will take the modulus of the area of triangle. So the area of triangle will be 15 square units. In question 2, point A, B and C are given to us and we have to prove that these points are collinear. Now, as we know, the points A, B and C will be collinear only if area of triangle is equal to 0. That means we have to prove that delta equal to 0. We will find out the value of delta. Now that will be equal to A, B plus C 1. Now second B point was B, C plus A, third column will be 1. Now C, A plus B, and all the elements of the third column will be equal to 1. Now we have to prove that the value of this determinant is equal to 0. Now for that, now we can change column 1 by column 1 plus column 2, and this will give us the value of delta as A plus B plus C. Now second will be also A plus B plus C, this is C plus A plus B, and second and third column will remain unchanged. As we see here, all the elements of column 1 are equal to A plus B plus C, so we can take A plus B plus C common from the first column. Now that will give, on taking A plus B plus C common from column 1, delta will be equal to half into A plus B plus C. Now column 1 we have taken A plus B plus C as common, so all the elements of column 1 will be equal to 1, and column 2 and 3 will remain unchanged. As we see here that column 1 and column 3 are identical, so we can say that the value of the determinant will be equal to 0, and that will give us area of triangle equal to 0. As we are getting area of triangle is equal to 0, that means points A, B and C are collinear points. Now question number 3rd and question number 5th are alike. Now here in question number 3rd we have to find the value of K if area of triangle is 4 square units and vertices are K0, 4, 0, 0, 2, and in second part vertices are given to us as -2, 0, 0, 4, 0, K. So I am doing first part of it. Now vertices of triangle are given to us and the area of triangle is given to us as 4 square units. So we will apply the area formula for area of triangle, and that will be half into K0, 4, 0, 0, 2, and last column will, all the elements of the last column will be equal to 1, and that equal to 4 square units. As we know that on solving the determinant we can get the value of area as positive and negative, although we take the absolute value of the area of triangle or modulus of the area of triangle, because area of triangle cannot be negative, but we can get answer either positive or negative. So in place of 4 square units we will take it as plus minus 4. Now this will give us half. We can take half to the right hand side to give us 2 into 4 will be equal to 8, and on expanding row 1 we will get -1 raised to power 1 plus 1 into K into determinant of 0, 1 to 1, now plus -1 raised to power 1 plus 2. This 0 is second element of row 1 into 4101, determinant of 4101, Now plus minus 1 raised to power. Now for 1, this is third element of row 1. 1 plus 3 into 1 into determinant of 4002. 4002. And this whole will be equal to plus minus 8. Now this 2 into 4 will give us 8. Now that will be k into 0 minus 2. Now this will multiply by 0, so this whole will give us 0. Now third part is minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 3 will give us plus 1 into determinant of 4002, and this will be 8 minus 0, and the value of this one is equal to plus minus 8. Now this will be minus 2k plus 8 is equal to plus minus 8, and that will give us minus 2k equal to plus minus 8 minus 8. Now once we can take positive sign, and in another step we can take negative sign to find the value of k. On taking positive sign, now we will get minus 2k equal to 8 minus 8, or we can say minus 2k equal to 0, and this will give us k equal to 0. On taking negative sign, we will get minus 2k equal to minus 8 minus 8, and that will be minus 2k equal to minus 16, and this will give us value of k as 8. So we can say the value of k will be either equal to 0 or 8. In question number 4, we have to find the area of triangle joining the two given points using determinant method. Now I am doing first part of it. Now 2 points A 1 2 and B 3 6 are given to us. Now we have to find the area of the equation of the line passing through A and B. For this we will take a point P xy. Suppose point P xy lies on the line AB. Then area of triangle ABP will be equal to 0, as these points are on the same line. That means half into first point of 1 2, 1 2 1, 3 6 1 and xy1 will be equal to 0, and this will give us 1 2 1, determinant of 1 to 1, 3 6 1, xy1 will be equal to 0. Now on expanding row 1 we will get minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 1 into 1 into, now on eliminating first row and first column, we will get determinant of 6 1 y1 plus minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 2. Now 2 is the second element of first row, and into 2 into determinant of 3 1 x1. Last will be plus minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 3 into 1 into determinant of 3 6 xy, 3 6 xy, and that will be equal to 0. Now this will give us 1 into 6 minus y minus 2 into 3 minus x plus 1 into 3y minus 6x and that is equal to 0. On solving this, we will get minus 4x plus 2y is equal to 0, and this on dividing both sides by minus 2, we will get 2x minus y equal to 0, or we can say y equal to 2x. So this is our equation of the line passing through 2 points A and B. Minors and cofactor. Minor of an element aij of a determinant is the determinant obtained by deleting its ith row and jth column in which the element aij lies. That means in order to find the minor of any element, we will eliminate its row and column. Now, minor of an element aij is denoted by capital Mij, that is minor of ij. Now, second one is cofactor. Cofactor of an element aij denoted by capital Aij is defined by aij equal to minus 1 raised to power I plus j. That means its row I denotes the row and j denotes the column of the element. So that will be minus 1 raised to power I plus j into minor of ij. Now let us understand this with the help of an example. Find the minors and cofactors of the elements of the determinant. Now we have to find the minor and cofactors of the elements of this determinant. Now first of all, minor of 2. Now 2 is of row 1 and column 1. That means its minor will be M11. Now on eliminating its row and column, we will get a determinant of 0, 4, 5, minus 7. And this will give us minus 20. So M11 is equal to minus 20. Similarly, minor of minus 3. Now minor of minus 3 is of row 1 and column 2. The minor will be M12. Now on eliminating the row and column of minus 3, we will get the determinant of 6, 4, 1, minus 7. And its value will be equal to minus 6. So that is minor of M13, or we can say minor of 3. Similarly, minor of 5. So 5 is of row 1 and column 3. So that will be M13. Now M13, and on eliminating its row and column, we will get determinant of 6015. So that will be determinant of 6015, and that is giving us equal to 30. Now similarly, we can find the minors of the other elements. Now suppose we are finding the minor of 5. Now here 5 lies in row 3 and column 2. That means this will be M32. Now M32, now again, now 5 lies in M32 will be equal to, now on eliminating its row and column, we will get the determinant of minus 3 M of 5. We are finding the minor of 5, that is M32 will eliminate its row and column, and that will give us determinant of 2564. M32 will be determinant of 2564, and that is equal to minus 22. Now similarly, we can find the minor of other elements of the determinant. Now we also have to find the cofactors of the determinant. Now first of all, A11, that is cofactor of 2. Now A11 will be equal to minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 1 into minor of 1, and that will be equal to minus 1 raised to power 2 will give us the positive sign. So that will be 1 into M11. M11 was minus 20, and that will be equal to minus 20. Now similarly, we can find the minors cofactors of other elements also. Here I am finding the cofactor of M13. Now cofactor of M13 will be A13, and that will be minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 3 into M13. This will be equal to minus 1 raised to power 4. Now this will be positive. M13 is equal to 30, and that is giving us cofactor of A13 as 30. If you find the cofactor of M23, then that will be A23, and this will be equal to minus 1 raised to power 2 plus 3 into M23. Now this will be minus 1 raised to power 5. That means this will be equal to minus 1 to M23 was 13, and that is equal to minus 13. So similarly we can find the cofactors of other elements also. Now come to exercise 4.4. In first and second question we have to find the minor and cofactors of the element. In third and fourth we have to find the cofactors of, in third question we have to find the cofactors of second row, and then we have to evaluate the value of delta. And in fourth question here we have to find the cofactors of third column, and then we have to evaluate delta. So I am doing question number 4th. Now in question 4th we have to find out the minor cofactors of column 3, column 3rd, and then we have to evaluate the value of delta. Now here in column 3rd, cofactor of first element of column 3rd, that is of row 1 and column 3, that will be A13, will be equal to minus 1 into 1 plus 3 into minor of 1 3, and that is minus 1 raised to power 4 will be equal to 1, and M13. M13 minor of YZ will be obtained by eliminating the column and row of YZ, and that will be determinant of 1Y 1Z, Y 1Z, and this will give us Z minus Y. Similarly A23, that is second element of column 3, its minor will be minus 1 raised to power 2 plus 3 into M23, and this will be minus 1 into M23. M23 will obtained by eliminating the row and column of 2 3, that will be 1x 1z, 1x 1z, and this is giving us z minus x. Now cofactor of A33 will be equal to minus 1 raised to power 3 plus 3 into minor of 3 3. Now this will be minus 1 raised to power 6 will give us 1 into minor of 3 3. That means the minor of xz, that is of third column, third row and third column. On eliminating the third row and third column we will get 1x 1y, and this will be 1x 1y. On solving this we will get y minus x. Now our first step is over, that we have to find the cofactors of the third column. Now after finding the cofactors of the third column we have to evaluate the value of delta. Now delta will be equal to sum of product of elements of any row or column with their corresponding cofactors. Now here we have obtained the cofactors of column 3rd, so delta will be equal to sum of products of elements of column 3rd with their corresponding cofactors, that is A13, that is element A13 with its cofactor A13, plus A23 with its cofactor A23, and plus A33 with its cofactor A33. Now here A13, now A13 is YZ, so YZ into cofactor of A13, that was Z minus Y, Z minus y plus a23. Now a23 was zx into its cofactor, that was z minus x, plus a33, and here element a33 was xy into its cofactor y minus x. Now that will give us y z square minus y square z plus z square x minus z x square and plus xy square minus x square y. Now in a23 we haven't multiplied minus 1 to it, so this will be minus into z minus x, and that will give us minus z plus x. So this will give us, this will be zx into minus z plus x, and that will give us minus z square x plus zx square. Now here we can take this one zx square and y square z together, and this will be zx square minus y square z plus yz square. Now yz square minus xz square plus xy square minus x square y. Now in these first two, z is common, so this can be written as x square minus y square z into x square minus y square, plus here z square can be taken common, and this will be z square into y minus x, and last one we can take xy as common to get y minus x. Here x square minus y square will be equal to x plus y into x minus y, and the others will remain the same, y minus x plus xy, y minus x. Now if we take x minus y common, then this will give us zx plus zy. Now here we have taken x minus y as common, so this will be minus z square, here it will be minus xy. Now this will be equal to x minus y zx minus z square plus zy minus xy. That will be equal to x minus y. Now in first two we can take z as common, and that will be equal to z into x minus z plus y into z minus x. This will be equal to x minus y, and on taking the factors z minus x as common, the another factor will be minus z plus y, and that will give us x minus y minus z into z minus x. Thank you.